The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com.
All right, welcome into Practical Pics. It's Kelly's Practical Pics, so let's bring her in. Can't do it without her. Hi, Kelly. Welcome in.
Well, hello. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, you should be hiding your face, Kelly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you had an absolutely dismal week last week. We're heading into week 10 of the NFL season. Kelly picks the games, the entire weekend slate of games. Tell everybody your magic. How do you do it?
We go on not how good each team is at actually playing football, but it's what mascot can beat what mascot.
Yeah, she's no expert. She's not checking injury reports. She's not paying attention to those kinds of, she don't care. She looks at a game like, the first game, Bengals-Ravens, and figures who can win, a Bengal versus a Raven. So we'll get into that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about last week. I don't know what the hell you were doing last week.
I don't know, but didn't the Bears win? I thought I picked the Bears. So
Hold on, So there's one.
Yeah.
In fact, Panthers, Bears, Thursday night of last week, you went with the Bears. So it started off good.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just, oh my God. We'll revisit last week. We don't usually do this, but this was not good. You started off Thursday night winning. Then in the early games, the 12 p.m. games on Sunday, you took a loss, you took a loss, you took a loss. You took 3 losses before you got your first win. Then you took another loss just to erase any good feeling you had about that win.
Man.
But then you took another win. You got cocky. You're like, fine, we can do this all day. Win, loss, win, loss. And then guess what the gods said? They said, nope, 4 losses in a row. Loss.
Dang it.
Kelly,
I've not had great luck lately.
You went 6-8 last week.
Oh, all right. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot better.
Could have been a lot better. Yeah. Could have been much worse. It could have been worse. You were, going into the Monday night and Sunday night games. Yes, you had an atrocious noon and 3 p.m. slate of games on Sunday. Atrocious. But you won.
That's when most of the games are played.
That is when I'd say a good 80% of them are played during that window. You do dominate on Thursday night, Monday night, and Sunday night. So I had some hope that maybe you could at least go even for the week, and then you fell apart. However, if it makes you feel any better, Kelly, you are still you're healthily above 500 for the season. You are 65-56 on the season. So
too close.
It is. Gosh, well, you were running away with it for about 4 weeks. You were doing double-digit wins every single week, and then you've had a bad couple of weeks. So you're coming back to earth a little, but that's okay because we've got, 7 weeks left? 6 weeks? I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when the Super Bowl is played. All right, let's get started. Let's try and right this ship. Let's start out with the Thursday night game, and the game I already mentioned, the aforementioned, if you will, Cincinnati football Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. This is cat versus bird. It's Bengal Tiger versus Raven. Who do you like?
Well, cat versus bird, but it's in a tree. But the cats can climb trees. Do tigers climb trees?
Tigers climb trees, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, then they can take on a raven.
Yeah, I would think so. I think this is cartoon law. This is cat versus bird. Although it shouldn't be cartoon law because in most cartoons, the bird outsmarts the cat.
Yeah, so that's true.
Cartoon law, I don't know. I just think...
don't the mice also outsmart cats? Are cats dumb? They're not dumb.
I don't think cats are dumb. I think cats are mean, and I think in the form of cartoons, it's fun to punch up. So you make fun of, you humiliate the mean cat.
That's right. Right. It's not a win if you punch down. I would say, still, I got to go with the Bengal Tigers.
You got to go with the Tigers. You have to. It's cat versus bird. All right, next game, Cowboys at Panthers. Now, this is a different kind of cat. This is a panther, and it's a cowboy.
It's with a gun. It comes weaponized. Weapons.
The cowboy comes fully weaponized. Yes.
Yeah, weaponized. I the guns, they can do considerable damage, and probably to a panther. Not sure how big panthers are, but I don't think they're as big as lions. And I always
No,
imagine them crouching.
here's a panther. A panther is like I'm thinking maybe a Rottweiler. Biggest of panthers
Mhm.
is like a
Yeah, so
Rottweiler.
you can shoot a Rottweiler, and they'll
From
die.
horseback, that dude will ride up on his horse, pull out his shotgun, and blow it away from like 30 yards. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is an easy.
Yeah, so you got to go with the cowboys. They've got the guns. They're coming after a panther. There's no like moral. There's no.
No.
Why are you being so hard coming up with words? There's no moral conflict.
Yeah, and I mean, a panther is really just again. We go back to the American. Like we don't call them panthers here. We call them like mountain lions and stuff. And cowboys encountered mountain lions all the time, and they wore mountain lion hats. So
Yeah.
guess who won? All right, moving on. Next game, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, this is a good rivalry game. Pittsburgh
Yep.
versus Cleveland, the steel capitals of America. Who wins?
The Steeler, they're big, union workers carrying
Union
steel.
Steeler.
Yeah. Do you know I
Okay.
did actually after last week get out and Google what steel is made from?
Oh yeah, because we don't know. We don't know what steel is.
And then they're like, it's made. This has carbon. I'm like, oh, what? So now I can't remember because I was taking also CBD gummies, so it didn't
Yeah.
stick with me.
Well, here's the problem. Carbon. Doesn't everything have carbon? Isn't
Carbon or something. Like, okay.
everything? Aren't we all carbon based? I mean, in that.
I don't know. It's been so
I don't
long
know.
since I've been out of school. Maybe I could do a PowerPoint presentation on what metals are made out of. But then you've got this.
Well, last week when we didn't know what steel was, and we sort of openly pondered, boy, look at us, we're grown-ups and we don't know what steel is. I don't care. I don't care what steel's made of. I could have looked it up and I could now know what steel is, but go ahead, continue.
I looked that up and I looked up aluminum. Yeah, I don't know, but nothing stuck. Okay, so it's the Steeler versus the magical elf.
Yeah.
At the magical elf's home, which to me is in a tree, but that's just because of the Toll House elves. So I'm going to go with the Steeler will lose to the magical elf.
Oh my God. Okay. That's fine. I mean, look.
It's a spell. Unless a magic can't travel through steel and they could use that to guard up against any magic coming their way.
No, you just want the Steelers to win now. No, your logic is sound. A steel worker is just a normal dude who works for the union and goes to work and punches the clock at a steel mill. Brownie the Magic Elf is like a devious, I gotta give these. Now, the Browns are terrible and they're in absolute disarray. And the Steelers are like, they're not great either, but whatever. I think this is whatever. Anything can happen is all I'm saying. All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go. Now, this is fun. This one we can ask Google. Ooh. Bears at Lions. Bear versus lion. I'm wondering who would win it. Should I ask Google who would win between a bear and a lion? All right.
Yes.
Let's see. Google has an answer for us.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay. Who would win in a fight between a bear and a lion?
According to A to Z Animals, a bear would win a fight against a lion. Bears have the advantage in just about every aspect, from size to offensive capabilities. The only time that a lion would win is if it managed to sneak up and ambush a bear, leaping onto it and biting into its head with such power that it shattered the skill.
I got to be honest with you. Thank you, Google. Never in a million years would I laid money on the bear. I would have assumed a lion could beat a bear. They got bears in Wisconsin, like within 50 miles of where I went to school. There ain't no lions. I didn't think there was anything that dangerous around.
I like the way. What does Google have a problem with against lions? The only way a lion can ever beat a bear.
All right. Google's giving us attitude in this one. Oh, dude, a bear would talk. The only way a lion could win. I want an answer like that. That'd be fun.
I know. All right. Well, then we'll go with the bears.
All
I
right, $1
think
million idea. Hold on, shut up. Shut up. This dumb little podcast can wait. I've just had $1 million idea. All right. What if we invent something? What if we invent an app? Because isn't that what they all are? Isn't everything an app? Just it's an
Yeah.
app. Okay. So we invent an app that changes the way Google talks to you. Like you can so it can be a celebrity's voice. It can be
Yeah.
like I just did. It can be like what if it was just like sexy Marilyn? Like what if everything? Wouldn't that be a fun app? I think people would use that.
I think you all right.
Not-
The bad news is that might actually already exist in that my Siri is an Australian male.
Oh, I
'Cause that's
like that.
Yeah. It's more
Wait,
fun.
did you choose that, or is
Yep.
that just what he sounds like? So you got to choose.
Mhm.
Oh, I want a Filipino manservant, like a little 15-year-old Filipino dude who's gonna be like, "Yes, sir." You know, like in that movie Houseboat. You ever seen that movie? I want that. That'd be fun.
I
And I
hope
want
that
to call him. Go ahead.
I hope that they don't do it by age because that seems weird. Although,
Oh
if
yeah,
you
I
ever
shouldn't have a 15-year-old manservant. I should change that. He needs to be over 18. But I like that
18.
they're youthful and energetic
Mhm.
and
Yeah, my
getting weirder.
no,
Weird.
my oldest had a female Irish lady,
Yeah,
and
I'll
then
see
we had
that.
to change it because the words were different. So we had to change it.
I'll take a female Irish lady. That's better for my brand than a 14-year-old boy. That I don't even know why I went there. Yeah, you want to know why I went there? Because the pressures of modern society. I was originally thinking of madam, what's that thing? Like a geisha, like having like a geisha.
Oh.
But then I went, oh, that's sexist. I can't do that. So I made it a boy, and I turned into a pedophile. Totally
Yeah,
accidental.
that's unfortunate.
So who do you like, Bears or Lions?
Oh, Bears. Oh, we'll go with the Bears. I'm not going to argue with Google Lady.
Yeah, Google Lady had this one. I think this is going to be a loss, but I'm a Bear fan, so I'm hoping. All right, let's go. Next one: Chargers, Packers.
Okay, an electrical bolt hitting a guy who works at a paper plant at the paper plant, and bolts of lightning. They scare me. They seem like they can do a lot of damage. You don't hear a lot of. Well, there have been some stories of people who've been struck by lightning twice. Which, gosh, play the lotto, or did you just use up all your good luck by
Right.
living through 2 lightning strikes?
No.
And so I gotta go with the lightning. It's pretty. It lights up the sky. It's going into a plant. Wait, can it? Yeah, it could strike through a plant.
But
'Cause
it's again, that maybe he's outside having a smoke. It doesn't. He can still be home and not be inside the plant. You can get hit by. It can rain in Green Bay. He steps outside to have a smoke. He's just a union guy taking a blast of lightning. I'm going
Yeah.
with the
Yeah, I gotta go with the lightning.
lightning.
Yes.
All right, she goes with the Chargers. How about the next one? The next big game, the Cardinals versus the Texans. The return of Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is back now for the Cards. Who do you like, the Cards or the Texans? The Texans, though, they got a quarterback themselves. That C.J. Stroud. He looks like the best pick in last year's draft. He's tearing it up. Who you like, Cards or Texans? Both teams, but both teams kind of doing good things sometimes. All right, here's the thing. All right, I'm going to give you the real information because that was really stupid sounding. The Cards have been terrible. The thought had been that the Cards had been tanking or would be tanking this entire season because of the Kyler Murray situation. But Kyler Murray's back and he's healthy, and so he's out there. He's running around. Who knows what the deal is there? I think they're still tanking. Texans were supposed to have been really crappy, but you know what? They got a quarterback who's actually really good, so they're kind of winning. There you go. That's all you need to know.
Must be nice. Must be nice to have a quarterback that's really good. We haven't had that problem with Chicago in a while. Cardinals, though. I mean,
I'm not going to just sit here. I can't just say, I'm sorry. Chicago has a quarterback who's good. Let's move on. We have a quarterback who's good. Let's move on. Don't get me going.
Okay. All right.
I know you're getting some BS. I heard you floated it a couple of weeks. You get some BS from your son. No, He's wrong. He's wrong. And
he really wants to be wrong. He really does.
He is wrong.
He
is wrong. He's young, and he doesn't understand that you have to sit and wait. You can't. It doesn't happen. That's all it doesn't. Apparently, it does in Texas, though, because the rookie down there in Houston is crushing. So it happened instantly for him.
Good for them, I guess.
Yeah,
So
moving
you're
on.
gonna go with the Texans because it's a cardinal. It's not. Does it even fight anything? Don't people like have cardinal feeders? Like, so it doesn't even have to look for food. It just lands over there. How hard of a hunter can it be? So I have to go with the Texans.
You're telling me a dude in Texas, a Texan, that's what a Texan is, just a dude who lives in
Mhm.
Texas. Telling me if it came to it, a dude in Texas couldn't just walk out on his back porch, pull out his gun, and shoot that damn bird in his backyard. That just doesn't even seem like a contest.
No, no. I've had 2 birds fly into my patio window this year and kill themselves right in front of my face. So I'm not sure how smart birds are all the time. On top of that,
Kelly,
hmm,
you really don't know what that means?
no.
That's really bad luck. When a
Oh,
bird
yeah.
flies when a bird flies into your window and dies, that's like some kind of old Sicilian mafugi kind of curse that means that like darkness is over your house and the birds can't even see it, so they're just crashing into it. And you've had 2?
2, yeah. Well, I had 3, but one of them lived, and it was pretty bird, blue.
One of them
So
lived.
that was nice. I had to put it in the dog area where it's fenced in, so I'm like, "Okay, well, it's still moving a little bit. I think it can fly, but I gotta put it off to the side." And then it wasn't there anymore, and no one came and got it, so that one lived. The other 2, man, boom, right in front of me.
In front of you. So
Yeah.
they're performing it. This cosmic this cosmic indicator is being
Yeah.
performed for your benefit right in front of you. Wow. Cards at Texans. Who you like?
Texans.
Texans. That's right. She went with the
Mhm.
Texans. All right. Now this next one, I just want to intercede here for a moment if I can. Your understanding of what a Titan is has
Mhm.
really screwed you up every week because the Titans suck and you keep giving them these impenetrable powers where everybody we match up against them, you've got the Titans winning because they're these mythological children of Mount Olympus, these gods, these children of Zeus. You've built them into something and it's not working out for you. So I'm just saying that they're taking on the Jaguars. They're going down to Jacksonville to take on a cat.
Yeah, see, I was gonna change these Titans into corporate Titans because
Oh,
I
oh,
do CNBC. But, so now the corporate Titan going to take on a big cat, no, not so much. There's no weapon there. I don't think they're used to fighting other than verbally, like not a fist fight. So I don't think of them as being able to take on a jaguar for gosh
there
sakes.
you go. This is Warren Buffett. This is a titan of industry. This is Andrew Carnegie going up against a jaguar. You're right. I'm going with the jaguar. That's very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, not good fighters,
I
I don't
really
think.
appreciate you making that alteration to the way you said because
Yeah.
the Titans have been killing you. They've just been killing you all week or all year. All right, let's go next one. Raiders at
Okay.
Dolphins.
We've got a Raider who I don't know if they really carry shields or not, but in my mind they do. Sometimes I confuse them with the Buccaneer. Um, and they have to go play in water. I don't know that they're great swimmers, but if they came over by boat, maybe, but
They're
certainly
pirates.
not.
Raiders
Yeah.
are pirates. They live in water. It's their office. It's where they do their best work. The difference
Yeah.
between Buccaneers, again, the difference between the Raiders and the Buccaneers, both are pirates. The Buccaneers were Caribbean pirates who lived around the Caribbean islands in the Gulf of Mexico. The
Mhm.
Raiders are like the pirate. They're like the scary pirates that rape and
Mhm.
pillage, murder. And the Caribbean pirates, the Buccaneers, they're like flousy. They're like, they're not
But
as scary.
is it 11 Raiders on one boat or one boat per one Raider? So it's 11 boats
Do you
to
think
get.
11 pirates in the open seas could kill 11 dolphins that were outside their I think they could. They got stabby things and they got cannons and I don't know. I don't know.
I,
I would
I don't
I wouldn't
I don't think so. I don't think
you
so
don't
because if the dolphin goes and swims underwater, I mean, do cannons explode in water? What happens to a cannon when it hits water? I don't know.
look we did this properly. I told you that the Raiders should probably win, and you justified it in a different way, and that is going to pay off because there is no way the Raiders beat the Finns. So yes, let's stick with the Finns. Let's go with them. I like your gymnastics, but there's no
The
way
water
around
is a
it.
lot of energy. The water helps them out a lot in this situation.
Hey, it's her game, folks. I'm just
That's
here to
right.
sort of shepherd it. All right, that's
Mhm.
it. She's taking the Finns, the Dolphins, over the Raiders. Let's go with here's another team that's been hurting you. The Giants.
No.
This is the team that's hurting you. The Giants at the Commanders. Both of these teams are dumpster fires, so have at it.
And it's a giant, and just like taking one giant step for mankind towards Washington D.C. to fight the Commanders. I don't see it. The problem is I don't see how you beat a giant necessarily. A charger, I think maybe, but I I don't think a commander can,
Well, we
because
got to
again,
get into if these one-on-ones between giants, we have to establish what kind of giant are we talking about. Is he 100 feet tall or is he 10 feet tall?
okay, Jolly Green, how big is that guy?
100 feet tall. Jack and the Beanstalk, that's a 100-foot tall giant. That dude can hold a human being in their hand, in their tiny little hand. That's a giant. That's what I think of.
Yes.
But also,
Well, that's
if you're 20 foot tall, you can't hold a fully grown man in your hand. But if you're 20 feet tall, you can hold a fully grown man like a baby. Yeah. So what kind of a giant are we talking about?
sure. We could do that. I'm going with the 100-foot tall giant, though.
Yeah.
That would defeat the commander.
I think we need to base the New York Giant on the Jolly Green Giant or the
Yeah.
Jack and the Beanstalk Giant. Those are both giants. Those are both
They're
big
giants, not really talls. They're the
ones.
New York Giants, not the New York really tall guys.
No, it's New York Giants. And this
Mhm.
bothered me. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No, I did not.
So in Game of Thrones, there was a race of giants that actually lived and they lived out in the woods, and they were kind of like sort of feral. But when they introduced the race of giants, they weren't big enough. They were like the 20-foot tall giants. They were like, yeah, like the average tall guy is 6 foot tall, and these are 20-foot tall, so they're giants. They weren't big enough. And I thought, all
Did
right,
they live
moving
in
on. What?
Did the 20-foot tall giants, did they live in a house? They had to get that house specially made? Like an
Yeah,
elf? Everything's elf-sized?
everything's smaller.
Yeah,
This
so
is
probably had a hard time fitting in?
I don't know. We never had a home visit with the Giants. We only just saw them in battle scenes where they showed up. I never really got a good look at where they lived.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe I
All
should
right.
talk to them.
So
Okay.
Commanders or Giants? Who do you like?
I'm going with the Giants.
Of course. There you go. Let's move on. Next game, Buccaneers, 49ers.
Okay. You got the Tampa Bay Flouncy Pirates going
Mhm.
up to San Francisco. They can take a boat around. It probably has to involve the Panama Canal in some
Yes.
way to get
Or
there.
St. Lawrence Seaway. They could go up the East Coast and through Canada, like go around Nova Scotia, through St. Lawrence, through the Great Lakes, down the Mississippi, out into the Gulf. They still got to do the Panama Canal.
Yeah. I think that works better for them, though, than going north, because I don't see them faring well in that weather with the flouncy shirts. I don't think that's going to help them. They're going to need like warmer winter wear to survive that. So they're going to be tired by the time that they get there. And so then I'm going to have to go with the crazy coot of the 49er, because he's just been hanging out. But as you pointed out before, he is tough because he is surviving out there against, the wilderness and Mother Nature.
Bears and
So
mountain lions and thieves and thugs. And yeah,
mhm.
know. All
So
right.
it could happen. I think
All
that
right,
they could be.
so who are you going with?
I'm going with the 49ers only because I just don't have a lot of faith in Buccaneers being able to pull it off. I think the problem is the Buccaneers are going to lose it for them more than the 49ers will win it.
Man. Okay, so I'm looking at a map of the earth. I'm trying to figure out how the Buccaneers would get from Florida to San Francisco by avoiding the Panama Canal.
Did you put it on maps?
Yeah, I got
Google
it.
Maps?
And I'm looking at it, and I don't see. I actually think that doing the Panama Canal is better than my other suggestion was, I don't know, a series of rivers throughout the interior of the United States, and then you carry the boat. That's not going to work. So yeah,
No.
Panama Canal. It is the Panama. But when you look at it from a globe, that's not that bad of a trip. It's not like as bad as I thought it was. It's actually
No,
much easier.
Which canal was it where the boat went like sideways and blocked all those other boats behind it? Weren't we worried about that like a year ago? Oh yeah.
Suez. That was hysterical. Yeah, like the whole world got brought to its knees because a dude spilt his coffee while he was driving a boat.
Yep. So that didn't go well for them. So that could happen again with
Uh,
and have the Buccaneers get caught up in traffic. I'm pretty sure then that they would forfeit.
I'm good. I'm good. You go. So you're going with the Niners. I'm good with the Niners if
Yep.
that's who you're going with. All right, Jets and
Yep.
Bills. Next game, Jets. The New York Football Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. Oh, what a mess they are. The Buffalo Bills. They were just a couple of weeks ago. They were like they're going to the Super Bowl, and now they're a total mess. Go ahead. Who do you like, the Jets or the Bills? Guys,
So
a dude tweeted yesterday on the Buffalo Bills. They're like big star, their wide receiver. He tweeted that he wants Stephon Diggs. Hey, he wants out. I want out of here. That ain't good. That
that's
ain't good.
not
No.
no.
They're
What
still
happens
good.
when that do the coaches try to calm the player down, or is the coach just like, fine, you want out? We'll look for an exit strategy.
Well, it depends on the player. I mean, it's just not a good sign that, like, that he's
Nope.
so upset with the team because the team was supposed to, for the last 3 years, Buffalo Bills go to the Super Bowl, and it's just they kind of suck. They're like 5-5 this year. They lost again last night to the Denver Broncos in a humiliating defeat, and then or Monday night they did, and then Stephon Diggs is tweeting, "I want out of here." It's just not good. Anyway, Jets at Bills.
All right. So I think the jet can fly into Buffalo and land and still, I've got that fear of being sucked up into an engine. I really could not work around planes. They're just
Oh,
planes
you
and me can't work.
irrational fear of
So,
being sucked into a jet engine.
yeah, ever since I learned that that was possible and that it happens, that I'm just like, ugh, ugh, God, can you imagine? You'd be broken up into pieces. Ugh, it's like a
No,
wood chipper.
no, you're pureed. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just completely. You get sucked into that thing. You don't even feel. It's just I mean, you feel something. You probably feel like a prick on your back, like ow, that hurt, and then you're dead. Like you never
Yeah.
feel anything more. It's just like ow, what's that? And then you're dead. You're
Well, then maybe
vaporized.
that wouldn't be that bad of a way to go. But what happens when somebody gets? Do they use that plane again? They must. They're not going to just retire the plane because it just killed one person,
You
right?
mean because there might be some moral conundrums about then using that plane again? Yeah, no, planes are expensive.
Oh gosh! And then somebody's got to clean out the engine, I assume, because they're going to want. Oh God, that's awful. Yuck. So I'm
Humans
going
are
to go with
disposable.
the Bills.
Gonna go who?
The
What?
Bills. No,
You're
I'm sorry. I'm going with the Jets because the
like
Bill. I don't know that it could. No, it's not going to survive flying into a
Bills.
jet engine.
Yeah, Bill's gonna get pureed. We were just talking
Yeah.
about what's gonna happen to Bill when he gets sucked up into that jet engine. Okay, Kelly's going with the Jets. The next
Yeah.
game, this is the last late game on Saturday or on Sunday. This is a 3 p.m. game. The final of the 3 p.m. big West Coast battle: Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams.
Really, it's the Rams. Come on, that bird, the trash bird. I mean, although LA isn't it near an ocean? Yeah.
It is. Here we go again.
Mhm.
These two teams just played 3 weeks ago. And I was against you then, and you paid the price. Last time you said that it was going to be the Ram and that the Ram was going to win, and Seattle blew them out. This time it was in Seattle. And I believe I tried to convince you by telling you that the little Rams hooves were going to get caught in the sand and they were going to get slow.
Yeah.
And you didn't want any of it. And you took the bird, or you took the Ram, and the Ram got killed. And now here we are again, and I see you doing the same thing. The Ram on the
No, well,
beach.
yes, because I have something personal against the Seahawks, but uh,
Okay.
but I will say, since they are near an ocean, they're more likely to be able to fly around and get their own fuel from some people with their random bread and French fries on the ground to give them strength to battle the ram. And they could do that thing. No, that's what I'm thinking of as a bull. Like it could lure the ram.
It's a
Ooh,
Ram.
come
It's just a goat. I don't know in what part of nature these two would ever have beef. I mean, a ram and a seagull. This is so absurd. I don't know who you think. Who you got?
We'll just go with the Seahawks then, because I think that they could lure them to their death over a cliff.
All right. Yeah. Well, Seahawks won the first game. Watch the Rams win this one. This one is at home. But whatever. I just. All right, let's go with Sunday Night Football. Here we go. This is the final game on Sunday, the big Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a snoozer, really, if you look at it. It's the Vikings at the Broncos. Who do you like? A Viking, a slaughterer of life, or just a wild horse?
This might surprise you, but I'm going to go with the wild horse because it's bucking, and the Viking is just standing there, so it could kick the Viking over. And I don't see Vikings moving that quickly, but I don't know why. I think it's just because they have all that equipment. So I figure you can't move that quickly with all that equipment on.
What do you think a Viking? A Viking doesn't have equipment. A Viking wears a Viking's got no, they have elaborate headgear. Like their helmets are big and elaborate, but they don't wear armor or anything. They wear like bear pelts and shit that holds knives. That's all they got.
That's gotta be.
They got a lot of. Look, I think a Viking's going to walk up to this horse, pull out that giant Viking saber, and just lop the horse's heads off, and it's over. I just don't see this as being. I mean, I see. Look, if the Viking gets caught off guard, he could be trampled by the horse. But
yes,
but both sides are going into this knowing it's a fight. It's not like he's going to get snuck up on. He's like, let's fight, and he's going to pull out his sword. He's going to cut the horse's head. I don't know.
And then the horse is going to like turn around and back kick him.
And land on him and collapse on him, killing him. Okay, fine. All right. You like the Broncos? She's going with the Broncos. Broncos, man, they are playing. Now, look, the Vikings are one of the best teams in the NFC at the moment. They seem to be on. They've got this. Well, I don't want to comment on them because they're in my division and I hate their guts. But the Broncos coming off a very big win on Monday night over the Buffalo Bills. We were just talking about that game. So this is, I said, this looks like a boring game. This could be a good game. This could go either way. So I don't know. I'd take the Vikings, but what do I know? I'm certainly not great at this. All right, let's go to Monday Night Football. The Monday Night Football game. Oh, woo! This, my friend, is a game. This is a Super Bowl game. This is the Super Bowl from last year. They're playing it again on Monday night. The Eagles looking for revenge against the Chiefs. Eagles at Chiefs. Kelly, who do you like?
Okay, well, Chiefs wear feathers. Eagles don't wear Chiefs.
Yeah,
so
right. Right, it's kind of right there.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I also think that they've got some momentum going, especially with all this Taylor Swift stuff.
Okay. All right. I think they lost last week. I think the Chiefs lost last week. I don't know. They
had a bye week.
I think
TMZ tells me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, that's right. Because Kelsey was down there in Rio making out with Taylor Swift down in Argentina. That's right. I saw that too.
Karma is a Chief coming straight home to me.
So you're going to go with the Chiefs on this one?
Yep. I'll go with the Chiefs.
All right. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me look at these. Make sure we got them. 1, 2, 3. We got all the games. Yeah. That looks like that's it. All right. Here we go. Another episode of... What do we call this?
Practice Picks.
Oh, yeah. Another episode of Kelly's Practice Picks. Wait, bye-bye. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye. Yeah.